and I shared the same birthday, February 16th. And we were 1 year apart. And Joan would always put on the sign, "Happy birthday, Mike and John." You know, on that day. That was pretty fun.
February 18th?
16th.
Let's
Yeah.
all make sure we ski February 16th.
Yeah.
She wants to
And
go.
we would ski
Carolyn
on that day
in 1991 and met a lot of guys.
Hang on.
I'm Carolyn, and I moved here in 1991 in March. Needless to say, I didn't ski with him that year. I was a beginner skier. But I met him right after the ski season, and he told me to buy a mountain bike. And I went and bought a mountain bike, and he said, "We're going to Woody Creek Tavern." And there were a bunch of people here who were mountain bike riding. And he looks at me when you're going down, he goes, "Do you know how to mountain bike ride?" I said, "I've been riding a bike since I'm 5. He goes, "Get off your bike." He goes, "It is different than riding in Manhattan." And he taught me how to bike. I had my first margarita down in Woody Creek Tavern with him. I made it safely there and back. And I did get to ski with him eventually. Not my first few years, but I have such a place in my heart for him. And I'll miss him. As we all will.
My name is Colleen. I'm Jan's mom, and I only met Mike for 4 days last fall when he came to our house and helped Jan take down 8 trees, 4 giant trees. And Mike was always on the ground, making sure the ropes were clear and that Jan was not doing something too dangerous. Anyway, Mike always wanted to be busy. He didn't want to stand around. And I'm sitting in my living room in front of my picture window watching Mike bob his head along, go back and forth for 4 days, so Jan too. And I watch birds in the winter because I don't ski anymore through this big picture window I have. And I have this giant bird arena, and they're flip-flopping around like confetti, all these beautiful orange and blue and whatever out there. So I look out, and the chainsaw isn't going, and I see Mike kind of walking along with something, and I see the branch that is my bird arena in his hands. And he's very proudly marching along with all the branches the birds land on in front of the suit cage. So I roared out of there and said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm just cleaning up." Well, Mike, you destroyed my coming winter. We have to fix this. So we looked around in the branches and we found another cluster. I said, "See that cluster up there? That would fit just perfectly on that branch." So up he went, climbed up and got the cluster and fashioned it and bolted it to the tree. And now I have even a better and bigger bird cluster. So that's my story about Mike.
Well, that's funny, 'cause I don't know if any of us knew that he ever had a job. That he ever worked for anybody. I remember he was a dishwasher briefly at the Sardi house, but he didn't.
But he worked his ass
Got
off.
him a job. He was a weed grower.
Well, but he worked his ass off. No, the normal way.
He's gonna light it. Gonna smoke a little or no? Not one hit? You see. So is this all like kind of shocking? Are you guys like, okay, this makes sense?